After months of not hearing absolutely anything from Rockstar Games, today is the day we have finally got something. And today I will be telling you everything we missed in the Grand Theft Auto 6 cover, okay? Just looking at it, you would think it just looks like a normal cover, but if you really look deep into it, you'll realize and notice a lot of details that you may have missed the first glance. So just looking at it right now, it looks like a normal cover. It doesn't really look like there's too much to look at, too much to notice, but really there is a lot that you may have missed just staring at these panels of pictures, okay? So we're gonna panel and look at every single one, starting with the helicopter, okay? What is so significant about this? The main thing about this panel is it's continuing the theme, okay? It's continuing the theme of every Grand Theft Auto cover from all the now Grand Theft Auto 6. Every single GTA cover has this helicopter in the top left corner. I don't know why, it's just a theme that they follow, and this is actually the Sparrow. This is in Grand Theft Auto 5. I think the Sparrow is only in Grand Theft Auto 5, but it's continuing the theme. I'm pretty sure we may have seen this in a screenshot as well, but besides that, there's not too much to say about this panel besides that it's a Sparrow and it's continuing the theme of the rest of the Grand Theft Auto covers. Now moving on to this panel, this is actually a very new panel that we never saw this artwork, okay? This is brand new, and at first glance it looks like nothing, is just Jason and Lucia, nothing too crazy. But the one thing that I had noticed about this panel is the gun. If you zoom in really close into the gun, very high quality, it says made in Brazil. Okay, now what does that mean? Oh well, what does that mean? It means nothing. The gun's made in Brazil, who cares? Well, I actually made a video about what if South America is in Grand Theft Auto 6. And I mean, why would that be? When the game was first leaked, the code name for GTA 6 was Project Americas. Why would they call it Project Americas if it was only North America? Okay, why would they include that? I don't understand why they would call it Project Americas. So my theory has always been maybe we can go to South America, or a portion of South America in Grand Theft Auto 6. And Brazil seems like the right place. I mean, just imagine going to the Favelas in Grand Theft Auto 6. That would be insane, and that's not too crazy. I mean, we've saw in Red Dead Redemption 2 Tahiti Island, okay? We ended up on some random island off the coast of Cuba. It's not out of character for Rockstar Games to do that, and we see in a lot of these games, they always throw the protagonist in these areas that they're not used to, okay? These random areas, and see how they adapt to this different setting that they're in, okay? In Red Dead Redemption 2, they ended up in not Tahiti, I called it Tahiti. They ended up on Guarma, this random tropical island. In Grand Theft Auto 5, Michael and Trevor have to hide out in the desert from the mob. GTA San Andreas, they have to also hide out in the desert, in San Francisco and Las Vegas from the old gang members. So this isn't something new for Rockstar Games to do. They have done this before. We have saw them do this before. And actually, one of the biggest fan bases for Grand Theft Auto is based in Brazil. I mean, Brazil's a huge country. A whole lot of Grand Theft Auto fans are in Brazil. So I don't understand why they would put on the gun made in Brazil unless it's just random detail they're adding. I think it means something. Call me crazy. But on to the next panel. Now this panel is continuing the theme of the Grand Theft Auto covers. A lot of the Grand Theft Auto covers always have a motorcycle somewhere in the cover, okay? Now this isn't the same exact spot that the other motorcycles are in the other Grand Theft Auto covers, but there is a motorcycle in the Grand Theft Auto cover, okay? This is actually the let me try to pronounce this. Perceep Alvino V1, okay? Don't know what that means, but that's what the motorcycle is called. And the thing I noticed mostly about this is the belt, okay? You see the belt, and it looks... it's a knockoff of a Louis belt, obviously. The Louis belts have these checkered patterns on the side. I actually have this exact belt in real life. So that makes me wonder, will there be like you can customize what belt you wear, because I love customization. If you ever see my GTA Online videos, I always got some fire fits on. I love fashion, and it would be very interesting to see if you can customize what belt you're wearing. And I mean, I don't know why they would have this belt if the you can't put it on your character. If and I get it if we can't put it on the main protagonist in story mode, but it would be nice if GTA Online if we could wear whatever belt we want. But besides that, that is pretty much it. We see the shoes. They look like knockoff Air Maxes. That's pretty interesting. But on to the next panel. The next panel is Booby Ike, which I'm very surprised to see him on this cover. Seeing him in the description, he just seems like a character. I'm one of the main characters that's going to have a good amount of missions, but for him to be on the actual cover of the game is pretty crazy. Obviously, he's like a Suge Knight type of Rick Ross type of character. He has chains, and looking at it, there's not much to say about it. But the fact that Booby Ike is actually on the cover as Grand Theft Auto 6 says a lot. That says a lot about his character. He's obviously going to be very, very important. But besides that, there's not much else to say. So on to the next panel. Now we move on to this panel with the flamingo and the boat. I'm not sure what type of boat this is, but one of the simple looking boats, okay? No main characters in the boat, but there's not much to say about this. But we see the flamingo. I do feel like wildlife is going to be a huge part of Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, this flamingo, obviously this is artwork, but it adds so much aesthetic. Seeing a pink flamingo, it adds so much aesthetic, but there's not much else to say about this panel. So on to the next. And this panel pretty much carries on the same theme as the last one. A lot of wildlife, okay? I mean, it wouldn't be a game set in Florida if there wasn't alligators. Alligators are a huge pinpoint of Florida, a huge thing. Of course they were going to have alligators, and of course it's going to be on the front cover. It's looking ferocious. I'm sure they're going to attack us every chance they get. We saw alligators in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sure they're going to act the same way, but it's interesting to see this on the cover. I think it's a great detail right under the logo as well. And like I said, wildlife is going to be a huge thing. Now we move on to this panel. We see a Lamborghini. Of course, they got to pick a Lambo. They gotta pick a Lambo. Every Grand Theft Auto cover, we see some type of sports car. In this one, it is a Lambo. I'm pretty sure it's a Lambo. If it's not, please don't roast me in the comments. I don't know much about cars, but it looks like this is a Lambo on Ocean Drive. Of course, they gotta have Ocean Drive. I mean, that's Ocean Drive, like off the road next to Miami Beach. It's one of the main places to go when you're in Miami. I'm going to Miami next week, actually, or the week after, and I am so excited to go to Ocean Drive. So yeah, they gotta have that in GTA 6, and they gotta have it in the cover, of course. Now moving on to this next panel, I actually think this is the most important panel of the cover. Okay, first of all, you see the white suit jacket and the pink button up underneath, and that is actually a callback to Vince from GTA Vice City. And we see how that ends up. GTA Vice City, Vince ends up, spoiler alert, Vince ends up betraying us. Now I always said Raul gave me kinda villain vibes, okay, but this is a callback to Vince from GTA Vice City, where GTA 6 is set in. So they got him in the same outfit. The outfit's fire. What can I say? He has a little watch and the gun. It says Duke on it. Probably just a gun company. He has a nice scope on it. I'm very interesting to. I'm interested to see the gun customization. And I mean, I'm pretty sure this gun right here isn't gonna come with the scope. I'm sure that we're gonna have to add the scope and add this little handle to the gun ourselves. And why is this important? In the background, it says blah, 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 International Bank. Now, this is the bank that we see him, Jason, and Lucia robbing in Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2, okay? We see quite a few clips of Jason and Lucia and even him robbing this bank. I'm sure this is going to be a very, very important mission. And this may be the mission that sets it all off, okay? Maybe this is the heist that goes wrong, but this is actually, I mean, if they include this mission in the cover, it has to be a huge part of the game. This mission has to be insanely important. I know we see the jewelry store heist from GTA 5 in the cover, and that's what sets off the whole story, okay? He does the jewelry store heist, and then Michael gets set back into the crime world. And I do think this heist in GTA 6 is going to happen probably chapter 1, chapter 2, if it is in chapter sections. It's going to happen in the beginning of the game, and that's going to be what sets off the story for the game. But yes, this right here, where we see Raul, he gives me major villain vibes, especially if he's wearing Vince's outfit. Okay, that's definitely not a good sign. Yeah, this is from the heist from trailer 2. So on to the next and last slide. I saved the best for last. Boy, oh boy, when I saw this, I jumped out of my shoes. What can I say? I'm a certified gooner, so you know I got excited when I saw this. So jumping straight into this, the piercing is the first thing I noticed, because obviously we can get little minor piercings in Grand Theft Auto, but we've always played as a male. We're finally playing as a female, as a Lucia. Will we see lip piercings and these giant hoop earrings? I mean, there's gonna be so much more customization now that we're playing as a girl. Like, look at this girl's nails. I'm sure we're gonna be able to customize Lucia's nails, and I wonder if we can get piercings like this playing as Lucia. Okay, she has a tattoo on her finger and different rings on her fingers, and right here we see pinpointed a tattoo on her wrist saying 305. Now 305 is actually the area code of Miami. It's the area code for the phone numbers there, so of course that makes sense. Miami native here, of course. Then we got tattooed right below her boob on her ribs, Vice Baby. Now this is very revealing. Like, I gotta be careful how low I scroll down, because this is very revealing. This also continues the theme of the other Grand Theft Auto covers. I mean, every Grand Theft Auto cover has a cover girl. Okay, it has a girl, a female, usually looking promiscuous. Okay, usually a baddie. What can I say? It's usually a baddie, and they're pretty much the mascot of the game. Okay, every game has saw it, and I'm wondering, will she be in the game? Will she be a character, or will she just be a cover girl like the rest of the cover girls and the rest of the GTAs? Now, I see people thinking this is Lucia. This is not Lucia. It does look like her a little bit. I do see where you're coming from, but this is not Lucia. And I wouldn't be surprised if we just never see her character in the game, if she's just like a mascot that's on the cover. I would not be surprised. We also see the rip-off White Claw with the little straw. Okay, they got the satire companies in the game, of course. But yeah, this is my favorite cover, not only because it's freshly new and it matches the aesthetic, but because I'm a gooner. What can I say, my boy? I'm a gooner. What can I say? This game is going to be huge for gooners. Watch my video on that. That's basically all I have for today. GTA videos coming out a whole lot more. Oh my gosh, finally. I don't have to milk the same 6-minute footage that Rockstar gave us friggin' last year. Okay, I finally have new things to make videos about. I'm so happy. I'm not milking the same shit over and over again. But if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. GTA 6 playthrough coming. I'm telling you right now, I'm staying up 3 days straight to beat that shit. But until then, stay tuned.